What is up, you guys? This is Superheroes Today. This video will contain massive spoilers for The Mandalorian Season 3, so if you're not caught up on the latest episode, be sure to watch it and come back after that. Alright guys, it is Mando season, so in today's episode I'll be showing you how to build all of the main characters that appeared in Chapter 17. Now there are some surprises along the way, so be sure to hit like and subscribe down below, and let's get into building the characters from the latest episode. So we start off the episode with the Armorer, interestingly enough, and what I did here is I used the official Armorer minifigure from LEGO Star Wars, the Mandalorian sub-theme, and I went ahead and added this gold shoulder pauldron there just to give her a little bit of extra fringe around the shoulders and to help bulk up the character just a little bit more. We get to see Paz Vizsla for just a brief moment in the opening, and since he's a main character that actually has a minifig, we should definitely show him off. So I just used the official Paz Vizsla minifig from the Armory set, or rather the Armorers set. I think it's the Forge is the actual name of it, but regardless, this was a really great minifig out of the box, so not too much we can change on it to make it look better, and we'll keep moving on. Up next is the Mandalorian in his Beskar armor. Now, the good thing about this is he is the main character of the series, and he's pretty easy to get in LEGO form because he's come in a lot of sets at this point. The only thing I'll point out is that there is a version of him that has the Pedro Pascal head underneath, but because this season is all about him, atoning for removing his helmet, I'm not really sure how much we're going to see Pedro Pascal's head, so I think any version of the figure you have will do just fine, and I really like the way that it looks straight out of the box. Here we have Grogu with his cradle, and of course, the Grogu figure is exactly the one we get from the sets because there's really nothing to customize, but this is the cradle that came in the Advent calendar. Now, what I did was I added a 2x2 white plate there to elevate the stud that he stands on, so, it just helps you see him a little bit better and makes him stand up a little taller, and I removed the red 2x2 pieces with a ledge there and put them with white so it matches the show a little better, and the cradle from the set had 2x2 grill pieces here, and I went ahead and changed them from red to gray so that we get a little bit more muted colors for the final product that you see here. Here we have High Magistrate Greef Karga, and the thing I love about this is it looks so good with literally adding only one piece. So as you can see, the torso underneath comes from Greef Karga from the Mandalorian Season 2 wave of sets, but I added this cape piece that comes from the Judge minifigure, the one from the CMF that looks a little something like this. So the thing that's cool about that is it gives you his big red flowing cape without necessitating any other parts, so it makes it really easy, and it's pretty rare to build a custom that looks this good and is this easy to build, so I'm super happy with the way it turned out. Here we have Vane, who's kind of like the Nikto alien pirate guy, and for the pirate look, I used the torso and legs from Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, because let's face it, he's like the modern space pirate, puzzle that we're building around, so he looks really, really good to use that. Of course, I put some brown hands on there to match what we saw in the show. I used the head from the Nikto character from the Clone Wars, because it looks really good, and I gave him a black beanie just to add a little bit of roughage around his head area there and make it look a little more accurate to what we see in the show. Here we have the Disheveled IG-11 droid, and I like the way that this turned out because I just took the IG-11 minifig, removed an arm and the legs, and then I used a 1x1 stud with a clip on it, a 1x1 stud with a hollow point, and then this tailpiece to kind of make it look like he's got wires coming out of him, and that way you could have him crawl around and the weight is counterbalanced in the back so that he doesn't always fall straight over. I mean, he does if you don't, position him right, but at least you get a trying chance with this. Now, as of this video, there is no way to build a Babu Frick, and of course we meet the Anzelans in this episode, so I just wanted to throw something together that kinda looks like it, but not really. So basically I used the hood from Lucy from the LEGO Movie 2, and then a whole bunch of studs, as you can see here, just to give a little bit of body. But again, I know that this doesn't look like Babu Frick at all. I just wanted to give something as a placeholder. If anybody has any suggestions how to build a Babu Frick, obviously drop them in the comments, because we're all wondering. We do get to spend a little time with Bo-Katan very briefly, so for this figure, you guessed it, I used the official Bo-Katan minifig. It was pretty much perfect right out of the gate. I may do an upgrade to the arms at some point, but for right now, I really like the way that this looks just right out of the box. And to wrap things up, we have the Pirate Captain Gorian Shard. Now, he has a big green leafy beard, and there are no LEGO pieces, in my opinion, that would pull that off pretty well, so I went with a beardless version. If somebody has a suggestion, drop it in the comments. But to build this, I used the torso from Taserface from Guardians Volume 2. I used these dull molded legs with dark brown on top, or dark brown on bottom, khaki on top. Put some green hands on there with the head from Martian Manhunter to give him a green head with red eyes. And the hair comes from Beast Boy from LEGO DC to pull the whole thing together. So let's zoom out and I'll give you my final thoughts on this episode and showcase. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of these characters and customs in the comments down below. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.